some crinkly noises. I found two that had the library plastic facing on them because they make the really nice noises. But I found an extra one that doesn't. It doesn't, but it still is a nice book to tap on. So let's start. The first book is kind of scary. The others, not so much, but brace yourself. It's Stephen King's Carrie. It's kind of a scary cover. STEBHENKING. Stephen King. Carrie. And there she is down the bottom. It's a really nice sized book with the same writing on the spine and New English Library. I think the front is a bit scary, but not as scary as the back. I don't know why, but he normally has such big photos of himself on the back of the books. This is Stephen King, the author. There's a little bit of writing about him. It says he lives in Maine with his wife. I didn't know he had a wife that was a novelist. And he has 3 kids. Imagine your dad is Stephen King. I would not want him to read me a bedtime story. He's such a scary looking dude. But this is Carrie. I haven't read this, but I've been meaning to. It's got $2 here and a date for the 9th of April. If you take the jacket off the book, it's got some gold writing that spells out Stephen King Carrie. I prefer the books without the jackets, but I understand the importance, so I keep them on. Speaking of the jacket, here we have some information about the book. Sorry if there's background noise. The cat's going crazy as usual. There's also bird sounds. Okay, here we've got some information about the book, which the book is in a bit of a curious state. It says, Carrie, properly named Carrietta White, is a young girl of 16 with a remarkable gift. She is telekinetic, spoilers, and can make things happen through thought transmission. Carrie uses this gift as a form of revenge, a means of getting her own back on the world. She is repressed by her mother, a religious fanatic. Her school friends taunt her. Carrie discovers that her powers are without limit, and she decides that nothing is too bad for those who have tried to humiliate her. Finally, her gift leads to disaster, and the consequences are chaos and destruction. Made into a major explores the savagery and basic instincts which lie deep within the unconscious mind. I completely guessed with her last name. I'm not a fan of books that have the sticker on them that says, "Now a motion picture," or the big Netflix sign on them. So I did buy this though because it's rare to find Stephen King in the secondhand store, especially a hardcover. That's interesting. It's an interesting placement. Here we have some additional writings by Stephen King. We've got Carrie, Salem's Lot, The Shining, Night Shift, The Stand. We've got, the Bachman books, Christine. I want to find Christine in a shop one day. I would like to read it. It sounds like fun. Pet Cemetery, It, Misery, The Dummy Knockers, The Dark Half, The Stand, the complete and uncut edition, Full Past Midnight, Needful Things, and Gerald's Game. I don't think I'd be able to read Gerald's Game. I've seen the movie. I watched the first 20 minutes of the movie and had to turn it off. I've read The Shining though. Spooky. First published in 1974, and this sixth impression is 1992. Still over 30 years old. The original's turning 51 this year. Bloodsport, Part 1. News item from the Westover, parentheses, me, period, parentheses, Weekly Enterprise, August 19th, 1966. Rain of stones reported. It was reliably reported by several persons that a rain of stones fell from a clear blue sky on Garland Street in the town of Chamberlain on August 17th. The stones fell principally on the home of Mrs. Margaret White, damaging the roof extensively and ruining 2 gutters and a downspout valued at approximately $25. Mrs. White, a widow, lives with her 3-year-old daughter, Carrietta. Mrs. White could not be reached for comment. Nobody was really surprised when it happened. Not really. Not at the subconscious level where savage things grow. On the surface, all the girls in the shower room were shocked, thrilled, ashamed, or simply glad that the white bitch had taken it in the mouth again. Some of them might also have claimed surprise, but of course their claim was untrue. Carrie had been going to school with some of them since the 1st grade. This had been building since that time, building slowly and immutably in accordance with all the laws that govern human nature, building with all the steadiness of a chain reaction approaching critical mass. What none of them knew, of course, was that Carrie White was telekinetic. Laying it on pretty thick there, Stephen King. Let's move on to the second book. The second book is called God Help the Child. was blacked over. It's also got another one down here, but it's got that nice plastic facing on it, a nice plastic sleeve. So, when you open it, it makes a little noise. Here's Toni Morrison. It says that she was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1993. She is the author of many novels, including The Bluest Eye, Beloved, Paradise and Love. She also has received a Pulitzer Prize for her fiction and the National Book Critics Circle Award for Lifetime Achievement. My cat is going nuts. Rascal. Sorry if the cars outside are loud. Toni Morrison. God help the child. I have a book by her already. I have Beloved, and I've been meaning to read it because apparently she is very good. Well, she obviously has the accolades. On the inside it says, "What you do to children matters, and they might never forget." True. Oh look, there's a little bit of a reflection. Right? Sweetness wants to love her child, Bride, but she struggles to love her as a mother should. Bride, now glamorous, grown up, ebony black and panther-like, wants to love her man, Booker, but she finds herself betrayed by a moment in her past, a moment born of a desperate burn for the love of her mother. Booker cannot fathom Bride's depths. With his own love-born past bending him out of shape, can they find a way through the damage wrought on their blameless childhood souls to light and happiness, free from pain? Toni Morrison's fierce and provocative new novel exposes the damage adults wreak on children and how this echoes through the generations. Well, I want to read this now. It's got some nice words for Toni Morrison on the back. I thought this book would make more noise. A nice solid black page. God help the child with what looks like two little boys reading a book. Yes, by the same author. She passed for white and never said another word to any one of her children. Any letter she got from my mother or my aunts, she sent right back unopened. Finally, they got the message of no message and let her be. Almost all mulatto types and quadroons did that back in the day. That's problematic for me to say. If they had the right kind of hair, that is, can you imagine how many white folks have bomb, blood running and hiding in their veins? Guess 20% I heard. My own mother, Lula May, could have passed easy, but she chose not to. That's interesting. Walmart. Hair. Probably can't hear me through the rain. Let's move on to the last book. This one will make nice sounds. And it's by Joyce Carol Oates. JoyceCaroloates. She's probably my favorite author. And I have read this one. It's the Black Dahlia and White Rose stories. So it's a book of short stories. From the Toowoomba Regional Library Service. Here's some praise for Joyce Carol Oates. It's quite a subtle sound. Black Dahlia and White Rose. Some more books. She does really good short stories, like really scary ones. Here we are again. To Brad Morrow. And it's copyrighted 2012. Skipping the acknowledgements. And here we are, the chapters. One. Black Dahlia and White Rose. Black Dahlia and White Rose. Unofficial investigation into the unsolved blah 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 of Elizabeth Short, 22, Caucasian female. I really chose bad books for this. Anyways, this story is about the Black Dahlia case and Marilyn Monroe. Gosh. It's a really good book though. characters are as energetic and prolific as Joyce Carol Oates. Hers is an intensely truthful, explicitly emotional, yet sometimes nightmarishly heightened world. This book is angry and tough, and deeply, viscerally unsettling. This collection could be used as a master's class in the art of pure, suspenseful storytelling. Oates continues to be wonderfully, unnervingly anarchic, experimental, angry, as if her aim were not to satisfy or entertain, though she always does both, but to do the vandalistic prose equivalent of spray painting or setting fire to bins in public parks. Never has she done this more relentlessly than in this dazzling collection. New York Times. Anarchic. Let's keep going. Although American fiction offers few distinctive voices at present, there is no mistaking a Joyce Carol Oates story for anyone else's. You could tear off the cover of her latest collection, Sour Land, and identify these stories from their opening lines alone. Not just their virtuosity, but also their aura of menace make them hers. We think of Oates like Poe as a master of terror, but her real mastery is in almost never depicting a strong emotion in isolation. Oates makes for a caustic companion, a fearless experiment of forcing the reader ahead of her at knife point. Los Angeles Times. I would agree with that. Making sense of life in a cataclysmic inner and outer landscape has been Joyce Carol Oates' obsession for 5 decades. This evocative new collection shows just how much sense she can make of it now. Chicago Tribune. Chicago, Los Angeles, New York. Oates is a master of the dark tale. Stories of the hunted and the hunter, of violence, trauma, and deep psychic wounds. Oates grows more insightful, virtuosic. Wasn't that just up there? Virtuosic and audacious in her confrontations with fear, pain, and death. Her latest stories of sexual mayhem, family crisis, and shattered identity are barely contained beasts of narration, snorting, pouring, and pulling against the confines of the page. Book list, starred review. It's interesting. And here she is. And this is where the book came from. She's quite pretty. And here are her accolades. Whenever I'm at a book shop, a second-hand one, or like a book sale, I always go for her. If you like that sort of thing. It's raining quite heavily now. I hope you liked this. Who knows? Maybe you're asleep.